Dear students, today I'll talk about preludes, poetic devices, and figurative language. Personification. Personification plays a vital role in preludes, appearing at crucial points in each poem. The first lines of both poems, 1 and 2, conceive of times of day being conscious. The winter evening settles down, as if it's somebody's relaxing after a hard day at work, and the morning comes to consciousness like somebody waking up. The fact that it is the environment that is described as conscious stands in contrast to the description of people in the poem who are depicted as robot like mindless followers of routine. For in poem 3 as hallucinating, possibly mad loners. It is as if the intelligence and independence normally associated with humans has been drained from them and taken up by the world around them instead. This disconnect between the environment and its inhabitants is emphasized in line 34, where the vision of the street experienced by the half-awake woman in her bedroom is one that the street itself hardly understands. This implies that her visions do not align with the reality of the street itself, and rather than being illuminating or revelatory, are in fact delusions brought on by her isolation. By poem 4, the personification of the city has developed from simply being conscious to having a conscience, in other words, a moral code. This is like an animal transitioning into a human, although apes have consciousness. There is little evidence they are developed enough to have a moral system. Not only does the street now have a conscience, it is also impatient to assume the world. This evokes the idea of God assuming the world in the form of Christ, and Christ then assuming the cross to redeem humankind. This staggering idea implies that the environment is not merely more conscious and more moral than its utterly dehumanized inhabitants, but that it is also like Christ in being potentially able to redeem human beings. Hyperbole. In a thousand furnished rooms, the poem's vision of meaningless modern life multiplies by a thousand, raising it to a level of social critique. Metaphor. The burnt out ends of smoky days. This compares the time of day to the ashes of a cigarette butt with the other masquerades. People are acting within the pretense of a meaningful life. Smoking cigarettes was looked down on as a working class habit at that time. Prelude was written with pipes and cigars, the preferred alternative of the middle and upper classes. In comparing the winter evening to the dirty, smoky, useless remains of a finished cigarette, this metaphor serves to emphasize the poem's conception of city life as sordid and grubby. Simile. The world revolved like ancient women, gathering fuel in vacant lots. The world moves circularly without end. The preludes continue over and over, without the advent of meaning. Ancient refers to the old problem of the human condition. Women are physical representations of the cycles of life because they give birth. The last image is a paradox, because the women gather substance to burn, to light the world so they can see it, keep warm, and cook their food. But they gather it from an empty space in the city. There is nothing of real substance there. The world is a spiritual void, yet we continue to live in it. Alliteration and assonance. The repeated BS in beat, broken, and blinds creates the sense of something striking or hitting, as sounds repeat throughout, suggesting a sinister or alienated atmosphere. Allusions. His soul stretched tight across the skies, the notion of some infinitely gentle, infinitely suffering thing. This is a religious allusion to Christ and the crucifixion. Metonymy and synecdoche. Muddy feet, all the hands or clasp the yellow soles of feet in the palms of both soiled hands. Insistent feet, short square fingers, stuffing pipes and eyes. The poem represents the people of the city as their feet and hands, the parts of their bodies that work and perform repetitive routines. Thank you.